Let's get right into it. Number 6. Talking to yourself. You're alone, completely alone, and somehow, you're still having a full conversation. Not just where are my keys? No, we're talking full debates, different voices, rehearsed arguments. Fake interviews where you absolutely destroy your imaginary opponent with facts and logic. Congratulations, you are both the host and the guest on your own personal podcast. Now, here's the twist. This isn't just harmless weirdness. In moderation, talking to yourself is actually a sign your brain is trying to organize chaos. It's like your thoughts are messy files, and your voice is the sort by name button. But when it becomes constant, emotional, or feels like you need to do it to function, that's when it starts leaning into something deeper. It can be linked to anxiety, obsessive thinking, or even early signs of more serious conditions where internal thoughts start feeling external. Basically, your brain stops being a quiet office worker and turns into a loud coworker who refuses to stop talking even when no one asked. And the creepiest part? Sometimes the conversation feels necessary. Like if you stop, something feels off. So yeah, next time you catch yourself arguing in the mirror and winning, just remember, it's not just you being quirky. It's your brain hosting a meeting that could have been an email. Number 5. Overanalyzing everything. Someone texts you, okay. That's it, just, okay. And now your brain has launched a full investigation. Are they mad? Did you say something wrong? Is this the emotional equivalent of a slammed door? Should you apologize? Should you disappear forever and start a new life in a remote village? Meanwhile, the other person is just eating chips. Overthinking is often joked about like it's a personality trait. Haha, I overanalyze everything. Cute, fun, relatable. But when your brain refuses to not analyze, that's where it crosses into anxiety territory. Your mind treats uncertainty like a threat, so it tries to solve every possible outcome, even the ridiculous ones. It's like having a security guard in your head who thinks every shadow is a criminal mastermind. This constant mental loop can be linked to generalized anxiety, OCD tendencies, or even depression, because the more you analyze, the more problems you create. And the more problems you create, the more your brain says, see, I was right to panic. It's a self-fueling disaster machine. So yeah, thinking things through is smart, but if your brain turns every okay into a full Netflix documentary, it's not intelligence. It's your mind refusing to clock out. Number 4. Avoiding people for peace. At first, it feels amazing. No messages, no drama, no awkward conversations, just you, your bed, your phone, and the sweet, sweet silence of not having to deal with humans. You tell yourself it's self-care, protecting your energy, being at peace. And sometimes, it genuinely is. But here's where it gets tricky. When avoiding people becomes your default setting, not your occasional recharge. Suddenly, replying to a simple text feels exhausting. Hanging out feels like a chore. Even seeing notifications gives you a weird sense of dread. This isn't just introversion anymore. It can be a sign of social anxiety, burnout, or even depression creeping in quietly. Your brain starts associating people with stress instead of connection, so it does what any helpful system would do: it eliminates the problem. Which is, everyone. The irony? The more you isolate, the worse you feel. But the worse you feel, the less you want to interact. It's like being stuck in a loop where the solution is the problem. So yeah, enjoying your own company is great. But if peace starts looking a lot like disappearing from the world entirely, that's not peace. That's your brain hitting airplane mode and forgetting how to land. Number 3. Random bursts of motivation. It's 2:13 a.m. For absolutely no reason, your brain suddenly decides, this is the moment. You're going to fix your life, clean your entire room, start a business, learn a new language, maybe even become a completely different person by sunrise. So you do it. You're organizing, planning, Googling things like how to become successful in 24 hours. You feel unstoppable, like your life just unlocked a hidden level. And then, the next day hits. Gone, all of it. The motivation, evaporated. The plans, abandoned. The new you, didn't make it past breakfast. This isn't just laziness or lack of discipline, like people love to say. These intense bursts, followed by crashes, can be tied to dopamine spikes in your brain. It's the same chemical that makes you excited about rewards, goals, and possibilities. Your brain basically hypes you up like a motivational speaker and then forgets to show up the next day. In some cases, this pattern connects to ADHD or mood-related conditions where your brain struggles with consistency. It craves stimulation, not stability. So instead of steady progress, you get these chaotic waves of, I'm about to change my life, followed by, I can't even open my email. It's not that you don't want to improve. It's that your brain is addicted to the idea of improvement more than the process. Basically, your motivation is a hype man who disappears when it's time to do the actual work. Number 2. Replaying embarrassing moments. You're trying to sleep. Everything is quiet, peaceful, calm. And then your brain goes, hey, remember that thing you said 3 years ago? Suddenly, you're wide awake, reliving it in full HD. The awkward laugh, the weird tone, the exact moment you realized you messed up. Your brain doesn't just remind you, it recreates the scene like it's a cinematic masterpiece titled, Why Are You Like This? And the worst part? Nobody else remembers. Literally no one. But your brain? Oh, it archived it, highlighted it, put it in a folder labeled, Play this at the worst possible time. This habit is more than just being cringe-aware. Constantly replaying negative memories can be linked to anxiety and depression. It's your brain trying to learn from past mistakes, but instead of helping, it just traps you in a loop. It's like your mind is trying to protect you from future embarrassment by making sure you never forget past embarrassment. Ever. So you end up mentally time-traveling just to bully yourself. Which is wild, because if a friend made the same mistake, you'd forget it in 5 minutes. But when it's you, lifetime subscription. Basically, your brain is a terrible movie director that only makes one film and insists on replaying it every night. Number 1. Feeling nothing at all. You're not sad. You're not happy. You're just there. Things that used to excite you? Meh. Hanging out, hobbies, even stuff you know you enjoy, it all feels kind of muted, like someone turned the volume of life down to 10%. And the weirdest part? It's not dramatic. There's no big emotional breakdown, no clear reason. Just this quiet, constant emptiness. People often think mental illness looks loud, panic attacks, crying, obvious distress, but sometimes it's the opposite. It's silence. This numbness can be a sign of depression, not the movie version, but the real one, the kind where your brain basically says, let's conserve energy by not feeling anything. It's like your emotional system goes into power-saving mode. And sure, it protects you from intense sadness, but it also takes away joy, excitement, and connection. So instead of feeling bad, you just don't feel much at all, which sounds peaceful until you realize it's not peace. It's absence. Basically, your brain didn't fix the problem. It just muted the entire experience of being alive. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.